It may look like I'm being very unproductive because I'm not really doing anything. But then I was like, wait a minute. This is probably the most productive work I can ever do. Today is May 12th and it's like almost 3 p.m. And this morning I spent like 3-4 hours journaling. I don't know if you can see. It's May 12th. 1 pages, 2 pages, 3 pages, 4 pages. 4 pages that took like over 3 hours to write. And that is what I love most about journaling. It's that a lot of times when I sit down to write, I have no idea what's gonna come up. Like, I don't know how long I'm gonna be journaling for, and I have no idea where I'm going to end up in terms of the topic. Today's session, I just ended up going on a whole adventure through like my whole lifetime, kind of. Well, not my whole lifetime, but like elementary school and then like kindergarten. And I reflected a lot on my past experiences before, but I think it was mostly like elementary school and middle school, but I'd never really thought much about kindergarten. And yeah, today I just was able to see more clearly into some of those experiences there and how it relates to me today. And I just gained so much insight that I probably never would have before. And I think that is what is most powerful about journaling for a long time, because I feel like when you journal for just a brief amount of time, there's only so much you can explore. It's kind of like meditation. It's like the more you do it, the more you start tapping into deeper layers in your unconscious. Sometimes it just takes more time. It's not always controllable, right? Like you can't force something to come up. It just sometimes pops up spontaneously. So you create the right conditions for things to arise. And I think today was one of those days where a lot of things just started flowing, and I just started crying. I have all these tissues here and I have some more in the back because later on I was just like sitting there and I just didn't feel like doing anything. Like my phone was on airplane mode until like 2 p.m. A lot of people, they ask me, well, not a lot of people, just some people, they ask me like, oh, what do I do with all my free time now that I'm not working and I'm staying in one place for so long? Like a lot of times I don't do any sort of traveling stuff. Like I don't go to these places as a tourist. I just kind of go there as if I'm relocating and I'm just resuming my daily life and the same routines, but just in a different environment. In terms of what I actually do in my days, I honestly spend half the day just on my own morning routine, which sometimes can end up being like 4 or 5 hours long. I think that's also one of the things that I really looked forward to in this time off where I don't have any sort of obligations and any sort of work, because in the past, I like back when I was working in corporate, I also had this morning routine that I loved because I just love journaling. Like in the mornings, I love having an abundance of time to just analyze things, like analyze the world, analyze myself, and it's just my time to process. But a lot of times back when I was working, I was limited by the amount of time I had because I eventually would have to start my work, right? So it's like if I woke up later, I wouldn't be able to even journal that much. And it's not really the same when I just do it later on in the day, because I feel like my brain, like in the morning, it's just so much more pure in that it hasn't been influenced by the outside world yet, right? Like I haven't interacted with society yet. And so I can just let my own thoughts arise and see what is existing in my own inner world and reflect more of my authentic self and my authentic truth before I engage with the outside world. Like my phone is always on airplane mode. I don't turn it on until after I finish journaling and meditating. And that's why. It's because I just don't want it to be influenced. Because there are so many times where I would write in my journal in the mornings and then have so much insight, and then I go about my day. And then later on in the day or towards the end of the day, when I think back to what I had realized in my morning journaling session, I will sometimes feel a little like cringe towards it, or I'll just start doubting it or questioning it or thinking like, oh, am I weird or something, because I just saw it through a slightly different lens, in that it wasn't like a pure perception of myself. Like my perception of myself has slightly been distorted now because it had influence from the outside world. So like in the mornings, I'm just writing my authentic thoughts, whatever, and then just say I go to work, right? And then now my brain is being influenced. I just feel like I start moving more into my ego self and not my authentic self. Like I just start unconsciously embodying more of a different persona that operates more in line with society, or at least like the lens of society. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think you get what I mean. But then yeah, so later on when I look back to what I wrote, or when I think back to what I wrote through that lens, I now perceive my authentic self as now cringe or weird, or I start questioning what I had previously thought of. And I think that is so interesting. And I kept having that kind of dynamic back when I was working in corporate or living my previous life. I always felt this sort of battle between my true authentic self, like what I actually think, but then that would always just start getting buried away, or I would just start questioning that. Yeah, so then I think because of that, I never really felt like I could fully be in my own energy and dive deeper into that essence of me. And so that's why when I quit my job and then I removed myself entirely from my previous context, previous environment, I just wanted full freedom to dive as deep as I want into my own world, like my own inner world, and to have the abundance of time and space to explore these things without any sort of judgment from myself because of some other identity that I started unconsciously adopting throughout the day. And I think that's also why I didn't really feel like socializing that much during this time. I feel like once you start having social connections, you start unconsciously perceiving yourself through the lens of what they may potentially think. So yeah, basically that was kind of one of my intentions with this whole break and wandering retreat. I just wanted this space and freedom to just be myself. I swear my life changed ever since I started journaling for like long periods of time. Like I actually, the first time where I was journaling for like really long was in 2020. There was a period of time where I would just wake up in the morning at like 3 a.m., 3 to 4 a.m., and I just couldn't fall back asleep. And when it's that early in the morning, it's like I don't want to, start work or something, because like what's the point? So I just started spending that time journaling. Like I would journal for like 2 hours because I just had so much time, and then I would like meditate as well. And it was during that time, that's when I gained so much insight that it led me to make these very intuitive decisions, like to just suddenly moved to another city, and then that led to a whole different career path, and my whole life changed after that. And I don't think that would have happened if I wasn't journaling so much during that time. I feel like sometimes I say like, yeah, I journal in the morning, but I don't think people know how long that takes. Like it takes hours for me sometimes, like not always, but sometimes, like days like today, it will take like multiple hours. But I'd say on average, I journal for like an hour. And now I don't even just have one journal, I have like multiple journals for like different purposes. And then I started meditating longer, so I'm like increasing my meditation time. And so that's why it takes me like half the day to just do all of this stuff. And the thing is, I love this kind of stuff. I find so much fulfillment in it, even though from the outside, people are probably like, you did nothing today. Actually, I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, it may look like I'm being very unproductive because I'm not really doing anything. But then I was like, wait a minute. This is probably the most productive work I can ever do, because this is the type of healing work that will unblock me at an unconscious level and allow me to just do everything else in my life so much more effortlessly, because I'm not holding myself back due to my own limiting beliefs or my own fears. I feel like those are really the real limitations in a lot of like productive things in life. But if you overcome a lot of these internal blocks and do this type of healing work, I feel like that is like the most productive thing you could do for yourself. You see things with more clarity because you understand yourself more. You understand why you act this way, why you're resisting this, or why you're reacting this way, and then you can like better know how to act in that situation. I feel like it just makes me at least more efficient in the actual other tangible, practical areas of my life. So that's why I think this is like the best investment of my time and energy. And also, like, I think it's so important to feel your emotions. Like, again, I was crying. I was just like nonstop crying. And I just allow myself to cry because I think it's so important. Like a lot of times you just need to release emotions and don't judge yourself for it. Like there's no reason why I should be sad, but if I just suddenly hit a nerve and emotions come out, then I know something needs to be released and expressed. And then once I just allow that to be processed through me, and I kind of see so much insight in that, into understanding myself more. It's just something that is so necessary, and it's just so healing. I think that's the main thing. It's just healing. Like I feel like I'm spending these months healing myself. I know that might sound kind of cheesy, but what else can I do during this time? Like I have the freedom to, right? Like I don't need to go anywhere or talk to anyone or whatever. So I have the time and space and freedom and abundance of like solitude to just spend on this type of work. So I'm just really enjoying that. But yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym later, and then this evening I'm going to call my mom because it was Mother's Day the other day, and actually it was also my mom's birthday the other week. So when I first arrived here, I spent like most of my time at cafes working on my mom's birthday gift, which I made a vlog for her. Last year I went on a trip with her to Niagara on the Lake, and then I had filmed that, and I think it was just so nice to have those clips to be able to hold those memories, and then for me to like use those to make something out of it that she can now experience, and I can also experience and enjoy and look back on those memories. Okay, so I'm currently eating a snack before I go to the gym later, and I thought I would show you. So I'm eating a boiled egg because like I don't know why, but at the grocery stores here you can buy like already hard-boiled egg in these packs of 3. So yeah, I'm eating that, and I'm eating it with these seed cracker things that I found at this grocery store, and these are so good and they're like super healthy. And then I think I'm gonna eat an apple as well and some yogurt. Usually I eat the mango and yogurt, but I think my apples are going bad because I haven't been eating them, so I'm gonna eat an apple instead today. I'm eating the apple with I actually ended up eating the yogurt because I had more of that cracker thing, and I feel like I needed the yogurt to offset that. And then now I'm just eating 100% dark chocolate. I love finding like the local versions of the things I enjoy. Like I always love 100% dark chocolate, and I always love yogurt, and I just like trying like the local brands. And same with this peanut butter.